weird mood.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I was feeling lazy last week, so I had I got ordered a takeaway, and literally as soon as the guy handed me the food, I got an incredible sore throat. Like it was so weird, and it's thrown me in a complete funk the whole weekend. And waking up at 5 p.m, 4 p.m, stupid, trying to sort that out again.
Yeah, it's good weather right now. You should be like up and about and in the sun and shit.
Yeah, I should be out there rowing or something. Get a little canoe.
Yeah, a kayak.
Go canoeing around. Good old kayak.
Yeah.
Let me just sort this. So we're episode 235 today. If you're listening to us on audio platforms, we've got faces on YouTube. If you're just watching us on YouTube, don't do that while you're driving your car. You can always listen to us instead of just watching us. So whichever you want to do. Haven't written an intro. How are you, Steve?
I'm all right. It's been all right. We're doing this a few days late, aren't we? So it's been like 10 days since I last spoke to you.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah, not a lot. Made some bread. That was good.
Oh, fuck. Like you homemade bread.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That like with wheat.
Flour, yeah.
Flour? What's wheat then? You don't put like the sticks of wheat in it.
Wheat is like unprocessed flour, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's better for you, isn't it? Probably if it's not processed. Like ham's processed meat, isn't it? I think.
I don't know. I don't do wholemeal bread.
No.
Like brown bread. I don't mind it. I don't mind to eat it, but to make it is a pain in the arse, and I don't want it.
Don't want it. Don't want that raw wheat.
Nope.
Inside your thing. So you get your hat on and your apron and you throw your stuff in the air.
I could have had an apron on, but I didn't.
Could have.
No. Missed opportunities.
Risk taker.
Yeah. Black shirt as well, playing with flour. Not right.
Dry.
Not right. Made it in a Dutch oven. That's the first.
You went to the Netherlands? Or
It's...
put it under your duvet for a while.
It's a big cast iron pot with a lid. It's an oven within an oven.
Well, that sounds
worthwhile.
Yeah. You put it in a wok, is what you're saying, right?
Sure.
You put your slow cooker in the oven.
Yeah, and then you burn the house down. Bread.
Yeah. Good old bread. Good old bread.
Spent time with people. That wouldn't normally be a big thing, but
no,
in these times it is. It is fucking weird.
Yeah, I can't remember when we're gonna edit in, but yeah, I woke up at like 5 p.m. the other day to an invite to go to the park, and like it was odd. It was odd just to see that. I'd be like, go to the park, but the outside.
Yeah.
Spending time with people was good.
Yeah, but like pretty much all bank holiday weekend. We've been out each evening, spent time in people's gardens. We've not been like inside people's houses and stuff because the law. But
just been judging people's hedgerows or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Your hedge is shit. Nice to see you.
Yeah. I drink a lot more when I'm with people, and I'm not sure if it's because I enjoy it or if it's because it's to cope.
I just need this to put up with you. It's just
but
how it is.
It's been good. I had a good time. I didn't realise I'd missed socialising.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the drinking probably is like it's just a social trigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, let's have a drink, and then I don't have to talk to you for a little bit, and then see what happens. But yeah, it's been very strange. So yeah, I can imagine just getting back into. I was watching a film last night where like it was an assassin going through a nightclub to kill a target in the nightclub, and obviously the thing was like, oh, all the people in the way. They'd be like, oh, it'd be weird to have a socially distanced version of that where there's 10 people in the building. You're trying to hide behind people who are dancing very independently of everybody else. So just seeing stuff like that it's gotten weird, to be fair. So I imagine next time you're in a packed pub queuing up at the bar, it'd be like, this feels unnatural.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, to be fair, I've throughout this whole thing, I've not been sealed off at any point. So I don't think it'll be that big a deal for me. I don't think I'm craving it as much as a lot of people are. But it's been nice.
But it's feeling odd in the same way that you said, like, socialising felt a little bit strange.
Yeah.
It's like unexpected results. I think you see more and more of it.
It's just
around.
I think it's just weird that it's unusual to spend time with people.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But human, you're human, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what you discovered.
Yeah.
Oh, have you achieved your funneling objective?
Funneling? Not yet. No. Not
yet.
Not done the funnel.
I don't think your camera can probably see it.
No,
but I
it
can
can't.
see in the background on your whiteboard. You've got like objective priority 1 or priority 3 funneling. It's below social media, which is.
It's just it's the list, not in any order. It's just stuff I've got to do.
You've got to funnel.
Yes.
Was that for the bread? Was that to get some kind of weird kind of cinnamon spice inside the bread?
It's a marketing thing.
Is it a marketing term? Is it funneling? Go up to people and jam your shit down their throat, and if you don't want to spill any, shove a funnel down there first.
Yeah. It's not far off, to be fair. I don't know why this is unusual, but for me, it is. I started dreaming this week.
It's weird, isn't it? Having, some kind of subconscious as well as my mundane consciousness.
Yeah.
I think it might be a diet thing, so maybe that bread
It could
had
be
dreams in it.
Like,
You never know.
yeah. Just with the bank holiday and everything, I guess my diet all went to shit this week because out at parties and whatnot. But
You socialite.
yeah, but no, like
Influencer.
I sort of mid to late last week, I just suddenly started dreaming, which and I know that I probably dream anyway, but like.
Yeah, not aware of it kind of thing.
Yeah. I was suddenly remembering them, and I've been having like 5 or 6 a night, and remembering them vividly, and like to the point where I've like, just fucking writing them down afterwards and shit. Like, and it's weird. I don't remember, and I don't think that much has changed in my diet or anything else. I do feel like I'm sleeping better. But
I think, isn't it like dreamings are a sign of good sleep or something, isn't it? Because like you've gone into a deeper REM or something, maybe.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, but it's just weird. I don't remember anything being sort of this vivid and clear since I was maybe in my teens.
Back in the day.
When I had dreams.
When I was playing fucking, what was that? Not Pokemon, not Tamagotchi, but the little monsters that you would plug into. Digimon. Back in the days of Digimon, that's when I had my best dreams.
Yeah.
Then all my dreams came true and I didn't have to dream anymore. No, I won't go through phases like that. Like, obviously, some medications obviously bring out the more vividness. But yeah, I think it's about, like I said, deeper sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe is a better thing. Or just, feeling, I guess so, yeah, feeling fresher when you wake up. Probably when people wake up, they just, like, zombie around for a bit and they don't. The dream stuff gets put at the back before they go coffee, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the shower.
There was one that kind of annoyed me where I was just explaining my dreams to Vix, and then I woke up and realised I'd have to do it all over again.
Oh, now I've got to talk to my wife for real.
It's just it's not efficient to have to do things twice.
That's true, and it's doubly painful for her, right? Because she's got it.
Sure, the subconscious her has already experienced this shit.
I wonder if you were talking in your sleep at the time, because I've heard that's a thing that people do, and it's just, why are you talking to me about your dreams while you're dreaming, Steve? I thought this was where we had our independent time.
Yeah, but I'm kind of interested in the. I've always been a bit interested in the idea of being able to like do the whole lucid dreaming thing. So I was like, well, while it's happening, I'll kind of like go along the path of that, which I think includes like writing them down and trying to be aware of when you're awake, which I think I am.
But unless it's talking to your wife,
yeah,
then like, it could be a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had the whole lucid dream thing once when I was back in my Digimon days.
Yeah, I used to get them when I was a kid.
Yeah. I remember I was having one dream and then I was like bored of it or I didn't like it, so I just went. I had some kind of thing of like change it up, and then all of my previous dreams went into a waiting room, And then there was like elevator music while the next dream loaded. And I always remember it being quite lucid. It's something I did for a little while, and it was always the same waiting room. Like, Donkey Kong's getting a bit pissed. Next dream, Donkey Kong in a waiting room, reading a magazine. Get on to the next one. People put a lot of value in dreams, don't they?
Yeah, I don't. The whole what does it mean thing. I've never really thought it means anything. But it is. I think there's some commonalities. There's a lot of people that get dreams where they're like, the flying and falling thing is quite common, but then there's like the losing all their teeth. That's quite common.
Yeah.
And shit like that. I think that maybe there's something there, but I don't know.
On a personal level, I reckon, like, maybe people go like, oh, if you dream of the moon, that means this. You go, it's probably different for different people.
Yeah.
But like, the symbols you see in your dreams. I mean, I had a weird one where I remember I was having a pot noodle jacuzzi bath in some kind of Asian country. And
so you were in a jacuzzi and it was a pot noodle.
Yeah, it was pot noodle.
It was all pot noodle.
So pot, yeah.
You were sitting in pot noodle.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Meanings, right? Instant food. I don't know. But then, this woman walked in and joined me, and we started chatting, and it was someone that I dated a long time ago, and I texted them in the next day. I was like, "Oh, it's weird. Do you like pot noodle, the hot tubs?" And we reconnected briefly, but then the inevitable. She went. I keep on thinking I sound too much of a dick, but it's like she went insane. I think everybody goes insane.
Yeah.
I think I am insane, but I'm functioning insane, I think. So it's just seeing people explode is like, oh, this is weird. But yeah, I was reconnected with that person by they went insane over the podcast as well, about the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, like we went to chatted. She came up and we chilled for the weekend or something, and then she went down.
I know who you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you and I were speaking about a mutual friend, and she thought we were talking about her. And then something about Matt Damon, and then like, didn't Matt Damon said something about like, something against the interpretations of a movie, and she's like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh
yeah,
get away from
there was a period of time where people were trying to cancel him or whatever.
Right.
Didn't work because he's Matt Damon and people like Matt Damon.
Pot noodle, potential love, Matt Damon, the end.
Yeah.
That's how it was. But they're dreams, isn't it? Dreams. Look, I hope you keep on dreaming, Steve.
I shall.
But you want control of it.
Yeah.
I'll keep on doing it so long as it's within my control.
Well,
I want to fly.
I'd like to gain control of it. I think like the idea of being able to use that time in a useful way is quite interesting.
Just let your subconscious surf for a little while, I guess.
Yeah, because sleep is such a waste of time.
You've got to love it, though.
You have to do it. But if you didn't have to do it, you probably wouldn't.
I reckon most people would. Like,
you might for a bit, but you wouldn't for 8 hours a day.
Oh, I don't know. It's 8 hours you don't have to deal with people, isn't it? It's a great way to get out of talking to somebody, though. Excuse, I just need to lie down for 8 hours. Maybe I'll see you later.
I think
off all the lights.
If you could feel like fully functionally well rested after a half-hour nap, but you had the option to sleep for like 8-10 hours, it'd be half hour all the way.
Yeah. No, but you got stuff to do.
Well,
you got funnel. So much funneling that needs to be done.
Stuff I want to do.
Funneling. Yeah. No, yeah. It's definitely a weird one. Like, if you could stay awake forever, you would get twice as much done, even though it's only
it's a third of your life
more of the day. Yeah, but like you just get so much more done because you wouldn't have to stop because you're tired.
Yeah,
but
what
you're yawning for.
Conversely, I wouldn't want to live forever.
Because you don't have that much to do.
No. No.
You got a lot to do, but not that much.
Yeah. If I could get an extra third done, like that's fine. But if you don't give me a deadline, I just won't do it. Death is a pretty solid deadline.
Yeah. Well, I've got forever. I just won't do it.
Yeah.
I want to do it, but I also want to not do it. So let's go. Yeah.
Plus, it's a lot of pressure to have to look after yourself forever.
Would you have to look after yourself if you're never gonna die?
Well, I mean, like, okay, so you could potentially live forever, but you can still like starve to death or freeze to death or something. But you'll never die of old age.
Oh, so you can still get like run over by a nemesis.
Yeah. You can die.
Yeah.
You just it's just not inevitable.
Yeah. Well, like what? It's like, yeah, you can download your soul or your brain into an iPod Shuffle now, can't you? I think that's what they're doing. If you don't like, your current self, you just press next.
You press next. You haven't got a choice of which one comes on.
That'd be so good. Oh, mate, yeah, because I think this is something they're trying to do anyway. I think, did they do it with a pig? I can't remember whether they downloaded a pig. But they did something, right? But they're trying to do that anyway. And just imagine, like, every time you die, you get downloaded into some kind of mixtape. And then, like, your family can chat with you. But when they're bored, they can just skip. I'm tired of talking to your granny. Next.
Just next song.
Oh. They just collapse into a void for a while. It's horrific. But yeah, so you're dreaming. That's good.
Dreaming.
Something about you want to be in an iPod Shuffle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Any other bullet points from Steve this week?
No. Well, no, not at all. But there was something that's just one line, and it's not long enough. It's from an article, but it's not big enough to actually discuss in full. I just found it weird. The theoretical physicists have come up with a way that they think they can play Doom on 16 billion crabs.
Oh. Doesn't that mean like throwing fireballs at crabs?
I don't know. I don't know if it says they got to link them all together or what, but they were just like, oh, I think with 16 billion crabs we could play Doom. Like, there's a computer right there.
Nothing sounds more like a trap, right, for a highly edible animal.
Yeah.
Like, the humans want us, 16 billion of us, pop over. They said they're going to play a game of Doom.
Yeah.
I haven't played Doom in ages.
It's great. Yeah.
Are they just going to cook us all and just devour us as they do for the last 1,000 years? No,
They promised.
If they've got Doom, they can get Yoshi's Island.
Did they say we'll play Doom or we'll be doomed?
It's very important that we get the proper pronouns in the situation.
But does that mean like 16 billion crabs is better than Windows 3.1?
Evolution.
Because you needed Windows 95 to play Doom, I think.
Maybe. I can't remember how long ago Doom was. I feel like it might have been longer. But, like, yeah, well, the animals are evolving, aren't they? Like, the crabs are evolving into operating systems. Bison are evolving into the UK for some reason.
Yeah.
And then,
and beavers as well. We're getting beavers.
Nature finds a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Weird week.
Week.
Oh, you've got another chair as well. Don't know if you're aware of this. Something I noticed.
Where?
You got a second chair.
Oh, in the background?
You just don't fancy sitting there for a bit. Maybe you move a bit to the left.
I sit there to play guitar because the arms on this one get in the way. They bother me.
Oh, why don't you play it like vertically?
Yeah, why don't I just play it wrong?
Vertically is never wrong. Ask the crabs. They'd probably figure that out.
Vertical Doom.
Just shuffle over to the left and play some guitar.
Yeah.
Shuffle over to the right, look up the tab. Musical chairs in a literal sense. It's good. I really like. My brain always goes to the background.
Yeah.
Like funneling and chairs, but I realised how creepy that can sometimes be for people who I've just met. Like doing it on dating apps and that. I noticed in the vague background they had a Guinness World Record.
Right.
But for me to be like, so what's your world record in? They were like, did I say something? Like, no, I just know. No, but I never said it. Like, you don't know my full name, do you? No, I can just see you right now. They're like, oh yeah. But my brain automatically goes to background things because I find that quite funny.
Yeah, it's fair enough. It's a fair question. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, seeing a chair to me doesn't really arouse suspicion. But
alarm bells. I mean, social distancing. If someone
the fireplace is fine. Fireplace in an upstairs bedroom, but it's the chair. It's the chair that worries me.
The chair's deliberate. Fireplace could be accidental.
Whoops.
Oh no! No, I've chimneyed again. God damn it. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. How's your week been?
Yeah, they're just weird, funk, sick, work.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
No.
But yeah, just I still keep on getting into. I mean, it's been like this. It's been this way since uni.
Yeah.
Since I was 18, of just random spouts, I just end up being in a different time zone. And it's usually down to an addiction. I remember the first one was when I started watching House.
Right.
I get addicted to TV shows. Be like, oh, this is the next one if it's a good show. And I remember the first one being with House, and it'd be like I'd turn over to go to sleep while there was an episode on. That episode would end before I fell asleep, so in 45 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And I have to put on the next one.
Right.
Could just sleep without it on, but I couldn't sleep.
Did you not use VLC? I used to use VLC and line up like 3 hours worth in it, and then just.
This was when I was 18, so it was all on DVD.
Oh right.
So yeah, it was like DVD versions of everything. I was like, wow, I'm gonna buy the Friends box set.
There's still like there's certain DVDs where like the menu screen music is ingrained into me because I've woken up to it just like blaring.
Yeah, definitely. That leads to the worst sleep as well.
Yeah.
You're meant to sleep with absolutely nothing going on.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get, but I don't know. If that's not the white noise, something else will take up the white noise. Yeah. So like, there's always background noise somewhere. So I'll just pop that on in the background, vaguely watch it, and fall asleep.
I read something somewhere. I think it was on Twitter or something that was like, you can't sleep in absolute silence, which didn't make sense to me because I was just like, well, deaf people would die pretty quickly. Yeah. But
isn't there like no such thing as absolute silence?
Well, I would assume not. No.
Yeah.
Like they'll
you
always
can't sleep in space. Oh.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah, but no, your body always listens out for stuff, I guess. But like, so I'm just going through one of those phases where I went to bed at like 7 a.m. this morning, and just because like either I'm working very late or just sleeping.
Yeah.
And then I usually tend to try and lap myself. So like that I woke up at 4 p.m. today. Instead of trying to wake up at 10 a.m., I'll wake up at like 10 p.m. and then 2 a.m. and then 4 a.m. and then I'll get back into some thing. But that hasn't been working recently just because I've been busy. So I'm like, I've got to actually wake up to do something. Well, that fucks everything up. I guess they're all over the place. So nothing exciting for me, just trying to sleep at night. They say you're meant to have any unnatural light an hour before you go to sleep. I think that'd be quite cool if you just went to sleep and you didn't have any lights on in your house and you just went to bed when it was dark. That would be quite cool.
Well, that's how we did it until we had electricity, I think.
Oh, we had fire. Is fire natural? Some may say yes.
Yeah,
others will say it's a portal to another dimension.
But I try and be like in bed between 10 and 11 every night, and like an hour prior to the point where I'll fall asleep. So I want to be asleep like at 11. From 10 o'clock, I have like no TV, no phone, no anything. I'll just sit and read, and I do sleep better that way.
There'll be a light, won't there? There'll be a light.
Yeah. There's like it's just. There was some shit about like blue light or something. Yeah. Like don't have blue light and that's all the shit that comes from screens. But I don't actually think. I think they've done more studies and found that it's not actually quite the case. It's more just the brightness. So if you just have like a very dull light and you can read with that, then it's fine. Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, candle, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Candles work for books.
Yeah.
But again, is fire natural? No one knows. So it's a weird one. But nothing crazy this week. But we've got some news. Got some bits of news. A magical attraction has become a surprise hit for families during lockdown, and it's closing today. Hooray! A fairy trail at Nancy's Wood in Gawsworth, near Congleton, was set up a year ago, but to close today. The attraction was set up by Charlotte Percy, 34, with her daughter Allegra, 2 when lockdown first hit. A fairy trail.
Allegra.
I think it's like a type of antidepressant, isn't it?
Sounds like a font.
All right, Times New Roman, chill out. Has anyone got a question? Oh, it's Arial, the mermaid font. Whatever the fuck. But yeah, they've for families, they've infested the wood with fairies. So like, I think it's like it's a small world kind of deal where they've just put decorations up to imply that there might be fairies in the woods.
Oh, right.
Why is this a good thing? Why is this a happy thing? Aren't fairies kind of like terrorists? I'd be offended if they put ISIS props in the woods. Well, I'm not offended, but I would be relaxed.
But I think most kids aren't as nuts
Socially
as
aware.
you are.
Socially aware, responsible, global mind. No, but if, like,
kids like fairies.
Well, yeah, but don't teach your kids to go and run away with the person who lives in the woods. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They did it as well for exercises, I think I read in the article. So, like, people go running. Oh, look, a lovely toadstool made with fairy dust.
Okay. And then
that
made them run.
Destroy it. Yeah, it's cheer them up on their daily run.
Yeah.
Just destroy it. If you're running and you saw the infestation of the fairies.
Yeah.
You're already warmed up. You might as well go to war. Start smashing everything.
Yeah, the trouble is that would happen in most places. I think if you did it round here, everything would just get smashed to bits.
I don't know. I guess like, it's different people at different points in their lives, right? But I can't imagine myself walking through the woods with my children and then seeing fairy shit and not being like, let's make this incredibly alarming.
Yeah.
Like, teach my kids not to trust the fairies.
Yeah.
You know, because they might grab them into their trees or something like that.
Yeah. Make
it some kind of Brothers Grimm kind of deal and teach my kids how to build fires. Build the fires, burn the fairies. You know, they could make it into like a big event.
Yeah, that old song.
Yeah, they decorated a section of woods off Church Lane with a few doors hidden between trees as a way to brighten up people's daily exercise routine.
Cool. Right. Not for nothing, but...
No, it's to inspire.
Not for nothing, but if who are these people to decide to close public woods? Like, the exhibition is officially coming to a close, so what does that mean?
No more fairies.
Well, you're not allowed in this public area anymore. It's closed.
Yeah, but it's closed to the fairies, to be fair.
Oh, right. So they're just taking all the shit down.
Yeah.
So it's a bunch of people...
When other people added their own doors, houses and fairies, a trail of more than 100 was formed. So there's like 100 doors in this wood.
Right.
And the government wanted them out.
Really?
I guess, right? They weren't paying their housing tax or whatever.
Oh, right. I see.
Stealing their tree.
Yeah. But they haven't been told to take it down.
It's just coming down to a close. I imagine probably someone was managing it.
Yeah.
Probably in some way. Even if it's like the local groundskeeper was like just checking up on it every now and then.
Oh, there's still fairies. Yeah, there's still fairies.
Oh, the fairies are having an orgy. Better close this off for the public for now, just to give them some privacy.
Yeah.
More people became involved when Emma Douglas donated 150 wooden hand-painted toadstools to be hidden for the children to find and take home to start their own fairy garden. Oh, so they've made it some kind of like drug ring. Where it's like, get them into the fairy idea, then give them a free sample so that they go home and build their own fairy meth lab. You know what I mean? Makes sense.
Have you not seen the painted rock thing?
No.
That was the thing that it's still going now, but essentially it's something for kids to do where they take a rock home from somewhere, they paint anything on it, just whatever they want, and then they hide it somewhere in the community, and then someone finds that rock and takes it somewhere else and hides it there, and it basically makes these rocks travel around the country, and there's fucking thousands of them. They're everywhere. If you go out in the park and places now, you'll probably be able to find one somewhere.
That sounds like the best metaphor for COVID in the world. Kids just get their own, make it their own, and leave it in the woods. Now the kid comes along, oh, look, a rock. I'll take that.
Yeah.
And start spreading it.
Yeah, but it's a good way to spread your messages, because we were out in the park and stuff over Easter this past weekend, and There's a lot there that the church have obviously done that has like got like paintings of the cross with like "somebody loves you" written on it, and like they've just done all of these ones and just hidden them all over the place, just so kids can come across Jesus.
We've tried going viral on YouTube.
Yeah.
We've tried spreading the word of God door to door. Now it's time to revert to the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Let's just paint things on rocks and see what happens.
Yeah. People like picking up rocks, apparently, so let's just get mad into rocks.
Yeah, people take shells from the beach.
Yeah.
This will give my life purpose. Each their own. It seems funny to me. I don't know. It seems very abductive. You know, it's very much like, oh, I like this rock. In fact, no, it's my rock. I'm going to paint it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's mine. Then I'll release it into the woods when I feel it's necessary and the fairies can take it away.
Yeah.
The trail was featured on parenting website East Cheshire Mumbler. Do you read the Mumbler?
No. I can't really hear it that well.
Yes, really incoherent. There's some guy that called him mumbling about fairies. I'm a magazine. The orange. Fucking mumbler. It's a great name for a magazine, though. You got to be fair.
Yeah.
Although it's going to close today, or whenever this article is written, the trail is set to become an annual event. So it'll be back up again next year in the run-up for Easter. Every Easter, the fairies come. Bunnies weren't enough for some people. Now we've got to have Tinkerbells everywhere.
I don't know. Good for them. It's nice to have something to do that doesn't cost you any money.
I don't know.
Particularly if you've got kids. Kids are already fucking expensive.
I think it's just fairies.
Just
I think they're not to be trusted, and people trust them, I think.
Well, what if it was like trolls?
Leave them alone. They've got things to do. I don't want to speak to anybody.
Yeah.
There's a troll under a bridge. You got to pay a toll. If you want to talk with me, you got to give me something.
Yeah.
You know, it's a troll mentality. Just leave them alone.
You ever have any of those trolls? You know, the ones with the long hair.
Oh no, I've seen them, but I never had them.
Ah, fair enough.
Maybe that's where this all began. I didn't have a troll. Hate fairies. I think it's just, I know a few people in the past who have been obsessed with fairies, I think.
Yeah.
They're like, it's the same thing with the whole cutesy movement and, I don't know, cats. It's been like, it's just something I'm not really... I can't remember, but I've had a thought to this in the last week or so. Have I spoken to you about the evil, about the world? Have I spoken to you about the world?
I don't know.
I had a realisation the other week that sorry, you know, I had a realisation earlier this week about why I view the world a certain way and maybe other people don't see it. Is that I've never really understood the like men are evil thing at all, right? I've never really understood it. I've been like, people are evil, and yes, there are certainly some men who are evil, obviously, but the way that I grew up and the experiences that I had throughout my childhood and onwards is the only evil people I ever knew were women and weak men. Yeah. So like usually like you find because it's not that one should counteract the other. Like a strong man shouldn't necessarily counteract an evil woman or the other way around. It's just I've noticed that the women I've met who are evil, I've also known other people who are weak men who won't do anything about it. So they kind of let evil happen. So it's like my perspective of growing up was both parties was weak men are bad and evil women are bad and weak people are bad and evil people are bad. Yeah. So I never really got into this camp of like men need to stop doing this. You'd be like, well, if men stopped doing that, then more evil women would arise, right? And if women needed to stop doing something, then more. It's a balancing thing. I've always seen it as like both sexes or everybody's evil.
Evil isn't. It's not an exclusive trait. Like it's just some people are and some people aren't.
Yeah, but just people. But people rationalize it by putting them into a box, and that box is straight white men or white privilege or you know, Orientals, I don't know. But it seems to me that everybody else seems to always target one specific demographic of people when saying, these are the bad guys.
Those are normally people who don't really have a lot of experience of the world.
Yeah, or
like they have like their set examples from their community or whatever, and that informs their entire worldview. They just need to get out more.
Yeah. Well, that was my belief beforehand, I think, and then I was thinking like, well, now maybe I'm thinking, maybe people just have had a very specific experience that has tainted them. Because I've noticed, like, I was having a conversation with a friend. Well, recently.
That's the same as people who say like policemen are evil.
Yeah,
like fuck the police and all that. It's like your experience of them has not been a positive one. That's not to say they were right or you were right or anything.
Yeah.
It's just your particular experience has not been good.
Yeah, and there's an acknowledgement of that, and then the goal is as well to be like, that was an experience, I can't let that affect me in the future, but you can understand why someone has that reaction. But like, I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and it was about apologizing. Like, I've always known that I don't really give the right reaction to certain people's traits, like apologizing. So like if someone asked me how my day was, and I said, oh, you know, it was all right, but feeling a bit knackered today, they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. And I don't know what do you want, what do you mean? How do I respond to that? My response is, don't apologize unless you want me to think you're responsible. Because if you're responsible, I will endeavor to make you more sorry. You know, no, it's just, but it's the same old thing of people. There's certain ping pong conversations you have with people where they say something and you're expected to react a certain way. So like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, don't worry. You know, it's like anyone that tries to get me to react a certain way with too much aggression. Like apologizing, it's fucking aggressive apologies. I don't react to it. My brain just goes, nope, not going to do that.
Yeah,
and that's just from my experience of growing up, of people trying to force me to express things, or trying to force me to say what they want me to say. Yeah, like, no, just it's more fun for me to add conflict to this, and it's just it pisses you off, which makes me very happy. Yeah, but it's this reacting against manipulators, but. That led me to thinking like, oh, I'm just not fit. I can't react well to that person. But it made me open my eyes to be like, oh yeah, maybe other people who are like, oh, the patriarchy. So let's say it's genuine, and let's say it's like a personal passion project of theirs. I can maybe see a line where my resistance to accept people's apologies for me talking about my day is the same thing for them, maybe. But if you just choose, from my perspective, everyone is capable of evil. So if you only target 50% of those people, you're not going to solve 100% of the problem. Yeah. So it's like, stop thinking that only a specific group of people, a specific minority or majority of people are evil. It's like, no, just everybody. Everybody's evil. So it was a good thought. Yeah.
Everything is shit. Just everything.
Yeah. No, but you know what I mean? I think I was just very clear on, seeing an evil person and then seeing somebody enable that evil person. I'd just be like, that led me to go like, oh, it's both. It's everybody. Everybody can be potentially part of this issue. So you need to step up and do shit. That's why I get into so many weird conflicts, I think. Yeah. You know, like, because if I believe that weak men are a problem in the world, then I obviously aim to not be weak. So what's stronger than weak is somebody who goes to that woman with glass in her face in a car fire on the A500 or whatever. Yeah. Drunk on Jägermeisters. But, what's going on? Can I help? Something like that. That was my thought for the week.
Thought of the week.
Yeah, it felt more prolific in my mind. I think it's just, I've been trying to figure out how to, what I think about all this kind of tribalism, I think some people have called it, of like people going, our team's the good team and you're the bad team. Yeah. And I've always just been like, everybody's the bad team. You just need to find good people. It doesn't matter what colour their skin is or how old they are or, you know, anything about them. Like, if they're a good person, they're not an evil person, so put them on your roster.
Yeah.
In other news, The infamous God of Chaos asteroid is less risky than we thought. So, that's good. Yeah. We should have known that before we named
The infamous God of Chaos.
Yeah, he's actually an alright guy.
Has he got a name?
Apophis. Apparently he's the Greek god of the Egyptian deity Lord of Chaos, Apophis. He's got no chance of hitting the Earth in the next century, according to the European Space Agency and NASA. I like that they work together on that. Not just NASA says, no, European Space Agency, ESA also says. Apparently, yeah, they thought it was going to hit the Earth within like 12 years or something.
Right.
And they're like, oh, actually, now it's not. It's changed its mind. Good old chaos, right?
That's what it does.
Yeah, the asteroid is regularly at the centre of scare stories because it was considered to have a small chance of colliding with the Earth, putting it on a risk list. It was first detected in 2004, and they thought it was going to hit the Earth in 2029 and 2036. It's going to hit us twice.
Yeah. It's what, like Ricochet and then come back? God of Chaos 2.
Yeah, well, it's not the God of Order. No, he'll hit you twice.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Like a Newton's cradle.
But it might still hit us in 2068.
Oh, it's all right. I'll be dead by then.
Happily as well, because you don't want to live forever, right? In part because of the asteroid's grand name, as well as its potential danger, it became infamous and regularly... I never heard about it before.
No.
It nearly hit us this month, but
What?
when astronomers... Infamous, right? Early this month. However, astronomers had the chance to scan it with NASA equipment. They don't have NASA equipment. Okay, fair enough. That gave them a better view of the orbit and allowed them to be confident in ruling that it could impact any time in the next century.
Right, I know that me freaking out isn't really going to help anybody, but if something's going to hit us this month and you already know, I'd like to know.
I don't know. I'm not sure whether I could be asked.
You just
I
want to be like buying milk and then suddenly the world's ended.
Well, I reckon that's going to be the case with loads of shit, right? So, like,
yeah.
Of all the global disasters that could wipe you out in a microsecond, right? I guess asteroid is up there.
Yeah.
But then, like, you've got, like, nuclear warheads coming in. You've got, I don't know, disease.
Those are more predictable.
Yeah, but you'd be like, I don't know, how long does a missile take to come from China? I don't know, like maybe a day. Maybe less.
Yeah, well, if it flies economy.
Fly to China. Yeah. It's got to transfer.
Yeah.
At, like, different stations.
It's sent back. He's got no passport.
You can get shot in the back of the head in a burglary. All that kind of stuff. I just be like, life's random. Stop trying to make it ordered.
Yeah.
Be like Apophis. God, Egyptian god of chaotic meteors. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to know. I think just chillax. No, you can't control it. Don't try to.
No. You
Probably
can't
sounds
control
more
it, but like... I don't know. Spend that last bit of time doing something decent.
Why?
Well, like, why? So
you could look back on and remember
if you were terminally ill and they could tell you when you were going to die, would you want to know or not?
Nah.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't want to know how much time you got left.
No. I'd purposefully go on some kind of GTA 5 rampage. It'd just be like, if you get lung cancer, you can smoke, right? That makes sense.
I suppose.
What's going to happen?
It's not going to get worse.
Yeah, it depends. Again, you're talking to a very single man. So it's like, as long as I'm chilling with my dog, which I do 24/7, I'm pretty fine.
Yeah.
It's not like, I've got to see my partner one more time. It's like,
nah,
just got my dog here. Chill. Like, if you knew the world was going to end in 2 hours and your wife was at work, you'd probably go to see your wife, right?
Yeah, well, I'd tell her to come home. I don't want to spend my last 2 hours in her office.
No, she can spend 2 hours in traffic.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with a chocolate orange.
Yeah. That's all right. I'll get the beers in.
Sitting here, she's late for the end of the world. Jesus Christ. All the roads are packed with cars trying to escape.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where are you going?
Yeah. But yeah, it's probably different for different people. I mean, parents with kids maybe enjoy fairies in the forest. I don't know.
Yeah.
But as a single 30-year-old, I'd be like, this is terrifying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm the wrong person to ask. End the world. Who
fair
cares?
enough.
Emo. A teenage drug dealer, Zaire Iqbal, has been branded ridiculous by a judge. You fucking ridiculous drug dealer. Does it go on your permanent record? This guy is officially ridiculous in the eyes of the law. After claiming, so there's a drug dealer who claimed he thought he was selling sweets. I thought it was Haribo. No, it was heroin.
It came really, really high off Haribo. This guy overdosed on Haribo.
This guy fucking went mental over a Twix.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He smoked it. Why did he smoke a Twix? The 18-year-old was arrested after being caught red-handed peddling heroin and crack. Or straubs. I don't know. Officers also seized £254 and 2 phones, one of which contained messages linking him to the supply of cannabis. Oh, and cannabis. He's been 18 months in prison, suspended for 2 years. He was stopped and searched at 10 a.m. on May 16th. 2 years ago.
Oh.
So what? He's out now. Maybe that's why they brought this out. This article's from... Yeah, this article's like this week. And the guy was in prison 2019. Oh, no, he was searched in 2019. So maybe it's taken a long time for him to get prosecuted, I guess.
Yeah.
The police received reports that Asian males were dealing Class A drugs in Newcastle. Police searched him, found 22 wraps of heroin and 4 wraps of crack cocaine. Oh. He also had 254 quid. He pleaded guilty. The mitigator said he accepts the offences, he's remorseful, and he acknowledges his stupidity of his actions. Oh, it was stupid to sell drugs. But he thought he was selling sweets. Well, he claimed, I thought it was sweets. But it's drugs. Yeah, but I thought it was sweets.
So,
can I get
legal.
charged for dealing sweets instead?
Yeah.
No. No, you can't. The comments you made in your pre-sentence report are absolutely ridiculous, the judge said. Most particularly a suggestion you thought you were selling sweets. You have sought to minimise your own offending and cover up the actions of others. I do not accept for a moment that you were threatened in this case, nor exploited. You remain an immature young man. He was forced to pay £254, which was found on his person.
You were told not to leave your house. I thought I lived outside. I don't think it works.
This guy, these people keep on coming up to me and asking for, mint imperials, and I keep giving them crack, and everything's fine. Are they actually sweets?
I'm making loads of money, and they've got fresh breath.
Yeah, but just reaching for a lie. You're under arrest. No, this is sweets.
Yeah.
It's sweets. Yeah. Powdered sweets. It's sherbet.
Yeah.
I don't think it's sherbet.
Old-timey, tarry licorice kind of stuff.
Yeah. He's got a bunch of crude oil as well. Oh, it's licorice. I just thought I'd get away with it. No.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. In Alabama, yoga is illegal in schools. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yes, they're revisiting it now, apparently, to see if they can legalize it.
Yeah, they were bothered about it introducing Hinduism or something, weren't they?
Yeah. Mr. Gray's bill would allow schools, this is the new bill, I think, to allow schools to offer yoga as an elective activity. It says, all instruction in yoga shall be limited exclusively to poses, exercises and stretching. And all techniques shall have exclusively English names to try and avoid the Hinduism.
You're not gonna make anybody... I don't understand that at all.
Well, I think they're thinking if you meditate during yoga or you chant in a foreign language, they see it as some kind of threat, I guess. They don't want to indoctrinate the children into Hinduism.
There's thousands of atheists that eat Easter eggs. Partaking in a particular activity of a religion doesn't make it.
Well, hang on. Are Easter eggs Christian or
Easter
religious?
Is. I don't know about the egg thing. I don't actually know where that came from.
I think that I've seen churches do Easter egg hunts.
Yeah.
So they must have adopted it in some way to make it Easter.
Gotta go with the times,
religion-y.
man.
Yeah, crucifixion's not as delicious as egg.
No.
So
Cadbury's can't make any money on crucifixions.
Yeah, people used to wear them around their necks all the time. Now, I don't know what's modern. Now we've got trains. Not allowed them. As soon as trains came along, religion fell apart. But chanting mantras and saying things like Namaste would still be prohibited.
I mean, why? That's...
I don't know. It's weird. Maybe they don't like change. Maybe they don't like.
Well, they're just kind of like very fundamentalist Christian, aren't they? They don't want to risk allowing other religions into the community.
Yeah, they don't want to risk the questions, I guess.
Yeah. But
let's keep it under control. It must work for some societal stuff, right? Like enforcing one religion and using that to control people probably benefited society for a great while, but it does limit intellectualism, right? It does limit people asking questions that, because it basically says don't question this, right? Gospel.
Yeah.
Means don't question. Well, it doesn't mean don't question, but
it means it's like it's the absolute truth.
Yeah. So like it must have benefits for it, but like it must also be like limiting in some ways. So I can understand why some people would cling to it, I guess. But yeah, don't say namaste in Alabama or in a school or you'll get arrested.
Don't do a lotus or I don't know, a downward
facing dog. Happy
Easter
baby.
Rabbit.
Get out. Yeah. In Australia, a man was attacked by an octopus.
Of course.
So again, like
of all the things in Australia that can kill you.
I don't know whether it's just England is a very dull place.
Yeah.
Right? Very little crazy happens. The biggest thing was when we broke up with the euro, right? The big English thing. But like America's got, death by firing squad and circumcision Christians. Right, and then that's the other thing I think funny about America is that, again, it's something that's kind of accepted. Is one, pledging allegiance as a child, you're signing a contract with a flag, and all their parents like mutilate their do perform cosmetic surgery on their babies. Yeah, you go, this is a weird place, guys. And then Australia, you just go like, well, there's the old adage of like everything is trying to kill you. Like we've got the deadliest spider on earth just walking around or whatever. But attacked by an octopus.
Yeah, well, just like while he's in the shop.
Yeah, supermarket. He's getting his frozen peas. He's getting his beef. Because he bumped into the octopus's shopping cart or something.
But it's the same as Steve Irwin, isn't it? Of all the things that could kill him, it was a stingray, like a pretty placid thing.
Yeah, just with a very motivated stingray.
You can push everything a bit too far.
Yeah, push an ant too far, right?
Ants! We had ants this week. I completely forgot about that. I should have put that on my points.
You said you were socialising more.
That was interesting. Yeah.
Bring in the ants.
I woke up and then like half hour later the lounge was like the whole floor in the lounge was just fucking covered with them, just like hundreds of these fucking ants. They all come in under the door looking for somewhere to live, I guess. And
they've been evicted from their old place because of COVID.
Yeah, they weren't social distancing.
Yeah, stay with you, please.
Yeah, but we just had to get them all up the Hoover, and then like white vinegar apparently is a good thing for ants. So we like mopped the floor in this fucking vinegary stuff, and they all fucked off. It's fair enough. We got.
Jesus Christ! We only popped in to say hello. We heard you were having more outside barbecues. We thought you might come along to see how Steve was doing. Fucking vinegar. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But no, that was a weird one. It's the first time we've had to battle nature in the new house.
Weren't flies an issue at one point?
Vaguely, but that's every summer. They just come in through the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's live an infestation.
I had aphids on the chili plants last year, but it's not. That's very isolated.
It was only on the windowsill.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Video filmed by Lance Carlson shows the creature race through shallow water towards a man and his 2-year-old daughter. The octopus approaches it, attempts to leap out of the sea.
You've really fucked it off.
Attempted to leap out of the sea and whip its tentacle towards Mr. Carlson, who managed to capture the incident on camera.
Christ.
Luckily, he was doing a selfie at the time.
Yeah.
He said he noticed the octopus after it had similarly tried to attack a seagull beforehand. When you're on a roll, right? You've just knocked out a seagull as an octopus. You're like, fuck it, I'm going for the big game.
Just got the adrenaline up.
Yeah, I'm going to the end boss.
Yeah.
Slap. He told 9 News, my goggles were too fogged to see what happened, and I swam back to shore in pain. He swam back to shore? It happened in shallow water. Maybe shallow water is like not knee height, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like not really deep. The imprints of the tentacles quickly formed, raised marks across my skin. So I think, I haven't mentioned it yet. Maybe didn't bring it up, but in the original article it said he was hit in the neck, I think.
Christ.
Mr. Carlson, an author and former lifeguard, said his wife rushed to help him after the attack. There was some stinging, but I've been stung by blue bottles before, and it's not anything like that. Australia, I guess. I don't know what a blue bottle is. I thought it was a fly.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a shark.
Big fly.
It was fly shark. It was more the pain from the physical strike of the octopus.
So like a slap.
Yeah. Is he suggesting that maybe they had venom? I don't know. I don't think octopuses have venom.
No, there's one that does, and it's the deadliest thing in the world, apparently, or something like that. And it's only a very small thing, but it's like if it stings you and it essentially paralyzes your lungs. There's no anti-venom for it or anything, but as long as you can get to a hospital in time, they put you on a ventilator, and 24 hours later it wears off. So you
What? Do many fish have lungs?
I don't
like, what kind
know.
of defense is this? This is specifically against game hunting, right?
Yeah.
An octopus geared against mammals.
Yeah.
He said the video on his social media where octopus researchers have remarked how unusual it is to see this kind of behaviour. A bunch of octopus scientists saying, you fucking weirdo, what did you do to this octopus? Octopuses are part of the cephalopod family and are considered one of the most intelligent animals in the world. Oh. Well, maybe they're saying he must have done something, right? Octopuses are too clever to attack you for no reason.
Did you
Were you
fuck
being
with
racist?
it? What was that?
Yeah. It was Bill Burr.
Was it?
Like, you have to ask questions, like the idea that you can't ask questions about, domestic violence. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you don't distrust a woman. He goes like, yeah, but you go to a fire. If you got attacked by a snake, you'd be like, well, what were you doing?
Yeah.
Well, you're fucking with it. Oh, domestic violence. A man who strangled his wife to death after a row about frozen chips has been jailed for life for murder. That's good.
Well, yeah. It's good that he was
He's in
jailed, but
Yeah. You see, this is the thing. It's not. I think that anybody's got that breaking point. That's the whole straw that broke the camel's back moment.
Yeah.
It's just like the chips have defrosted. That's it.
yeah.
That's as much shit as I can take today. I'm gonna kill.
But that's the only argument that we hear.
you.
And if you complain about it, you're blaming the victim. Like, I'm not blaming her. No one deserves to die necessarily, but like
They were defrosted, Steve. Like you can't. They won't have the same crunch after that.
ruined.
You've ruined it. Tuna casserole. It just starts swinging. Thomas McCann, 49, strangled his childhood sweetheart, Yvonne, 46, for his wife of 24 years in the bathroom of their home. Following an argument about a 3-pound bag of frozen chips.
Strangled
left out
her.
the freezer.
Like, it's one thing to just like lash out and like, oh my god, she's dead. But to like,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he says it was like, he's the final. He says, I lost control and I could not stop. Right? He strangled her, then he dismembered her, put her into 8 bin bags, and
how
dropped
big was
them.
she?
Well, maybe they just weren't big bin bags. Maybe they were dog poop bags. I don't know. That's all I've got. So McCann then dumped the mother of 4's dismembered body in a country park after cutting her up with a standing knife and a tree lopper. I don't know what a tree lopper is, but I'm assuming you can cut down a tree.
Yeah, no, it's like a massive pair of pliers. Like, it looks like a big pair of pliers.
Like
and
shears.
it's just a lot of leverage, and it means you can cut through
Ugh.
branches.
They got 4 kids together. Seems a bit intense. At the same time, he also sent and replied to text messages from their children on both his and her phones, saying they've had some kind of row. I couldn't stop. It's like, you could have stopped, mate. You could have stopped at strangling.
Yeah.
No. You went from strangling to maintaining social media profiles to dismembering to going to different parts of a park and dropping her all over the place.
Yeah.
I think they read they've only recovered half of her body. That feels rough.
Yeah.
Like, I get being dismembered is rough, but, like, if they find your body but they've only found your legs, like, that feels horrible. But, like, that was... My parents had quite the row over the weekend.
Yeah.
The court heard how McCann told police he was Hannibal Lecter and said, "I killed my wife and disposed of her like garbage," after he lost control and could not stop. Bit intense.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think this was in the UK, but the fact that he said garbage...
Yeah.
Is garbage English? Yeah, garbage is English, isn't it?
It's an
Trash
American.
is
No, it's an American. Garbage I always thought was American.
Yeah, bin.
Yeah.
But, like,
rubbish.
Dispose of her like, yeah, maybe rubbish. Like a bag of shit is what I would assume.
Yeah.
An Englishman would. That's what I would assume. Well-mannered Englishman would say. Did I not? Oh yeah, that wasn't funny in the end. The last article from me: a young NHS patient suffering from a sickle cell crisis called 999 from his hospital bed to request oxygen after nurses said no. Like, I still think the NHS is a really good thing, but it's just, my experiences of it have not been this bad, but like, have been quite bad, and I just don't like to make an issue. I'd rather let them deal with what, crash victims and more serious things that people need to deal with, rather than me and my lack of sensation. So this guy was prescribed oxygen for his thing, but nurses refused to give it to him.
Christ.
So he slowly suffocated. And he called 999. You go like, what else do you do in that situation?
I'm at the hospital.
Yeah, I'm at the hospital. I'm surrounded by medical professionals, but I'm suffocating and they won't help. I guess police? Try the police, maybe. He suffered sepsis following a procedure to remove a gallbladder stent. He called the London ambulance service because he thought it was the only way to get the help he needed. Nursing staff told Smith he did not need oxygen when he requested it in the early hours of the 23rd of April, despite a doctor telling the inquest he had impressed on the nurses he should have it. Well, it's a very impressive doctor, but he wasn't impressive enough.
Yeah.
Barnet Coroner's Court heard Smith from Walthamstow in East London might have survived if he was offered a blood transfusion sooner, but the hospital's haematology team weren't even told he was admitted. So, the guy was admitted to hospital with sickle cell problems, which needs a blood transfusion, I'm assuming from this. The blood transfusion squad wasn't notified he was in the hospital. The doctor said he needs oxygen. The nurses said he doesn't need oxygen. So he died. And you go like, just... At what point do you... This is just organisation.
Yeah.
Everybody needs oxygen, bitch. I'm trying to use bitch more often because it's never been my word, but in certain circumstances it sounds funny.
It's good.
See, I like it. Give him oxygen, you bitch. It's the It's Always Sunny Philadelphia version of you bitch. That's what it is.
Oh, you goddamn bitch.
You goddamn bitch. You bitch. But yeah, just sitting in the hospital bed, slowly dying because you haven't got oxygen, knowing you need oxygen, waiting for your haematology people to arrive, and they don't even know you're there.
And he died.
Yeah. I haven't included it in the article, but I do believe it was a coroner report, so yeah.
The coroner's court. Yeah.
It would have been very clingy of the coroner's court to do a coronary on someone who's alive. But yeah, it's just a big business and things get... I thought it's weird that there's hospital porters. It makes sense. But it seems odd for a job that you just wheelchair people around a hospital.
Just push people about? Yeah, but it's only the same as a warehouse job, isn't it?
No, you got work for, I don't know, the Gap warehouse. Got to get this denim to the conveyor belt.
Get the pump truck. Yeah.
Got to get Graham to oncology. And I was admitted because I had abdominal pain last time I was in. I wasn't in hospital, but I was getting checked in hospital, and there was a porter, and he didn't know where. I had to show him where to go. This is your passion. This is your job, right? You've taken me to go for a piss. You know where the bathrooms are, right? Oh, that was I had to get an X-ray while I needed a piss or something, or like a scan while I needed a piss.
Yeah.
To see if my kidneys were working. It was a bit weird. Don't drink milk before an ultrascan, by the way. That's my advice of the day. Nurses get pissed. Because like it clouds, like they try to look inside you, and all they see is milk.
You're not meant to. I thought you're not meant to eat anything, are you? But you can just drink water.
Well, I think it depends on what scan you're having, right? But I remember there was one you had to fast. But the night before, I had a glass of milk or something. This was a different thing. I got to get checked up, and the guy was so pissed. He was like, "You've drank milk, haven't you?" I was like, "I don't think so." Oh, shit! Yes, I think I did last night. He said, "Well, this is a waste of all I can see is milk." Can't see the problems underneath because it's clouded by milk. Oh, years of academy training wasted. He's hiding his own, I don't know, death sentence with half a glass of semi-skimmed. Forgot about that. Yeah. So, kids, don't drink milk if you go for a scan. I needed kidneys full of water for that one. So like, I had to tell them when I really needed a piss, so that they could try and then it became like a race against time. Because I had to like really need a piss.
Right.
Then they were like, "Well, we need to make sure there's room at the scanning place." Like, well, you better find out soon, because otherwise I'm gonna piss. Yeah. And that's me this week. There was a small thing about did you hear anything about the Suez Canal got blocked by a boat? By
Greenland, was it? Or
I don't
something?
know.
There's a boat called Greenland. It was something like that. the big thing.
There was apparently a thing where they were trying to blame it on the only Egyptian female captain. And like, she had nothing to do with it. But I found it funny because I thought it was just great that like this
women drivers, am I right?
Well, it's just take the gender out of it. I just think, would it be funny if we blamed this on Steve? Yeah, but he wasn't there. No, but if we all say he was there, just like big conspiracy about blaming the boat driving on Steve. Wasn't even there. Nah, it was Steve. That'd be quite funny, but yeah, it felt it got a bit more political. That's me this week.
Yeah. Fair enough. Few articles. In response to growing concerns about China's genocide of the Uyghur Muslims, the Chinese government have released a La La Land-esque state-sponsored musical.
We've released a genocidal musical. Does that solve your fucking complaints?
The musical portrays an idyllic rural story of ethnic cohesion, devoid of repression, mass surveillance, and Islam.
It's a song.
Yeah.
Very catchy song.
Look how happy everyone is now that the Islam's gone.
Okay.
Right.
Cohese.
Yeah.
Weird songs.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you heard anything about all that genocide? No.
I mean, I think everyone's potentially evil, right? So there's probably genocide going on all over the place all the time.
No, it is. Like there's a large Muslim population of China, in a particular area. I think it's like Xinjiang or something, and it's where they produce all the cotton. And they're basically like taking them all into forced labor camps and forcing them all to work. And they're like castrating the women and like to stop more Muslims breeding. And it's the place is just rife with abuse and just all kinds of horrific shit. And nobody's talking about it because China's worth so much money. It's
because of that cargo ship of medicine that was turned around when lockdown hit.
Yeah,
China was like, "No, we need that medicine now."
Yeah,
and the world was like, "They can have all our medicine."
Well, it's like you
have all the slaves you want.
You got Disney came under massive fire because of all the Gina. Do you know about all the Gina Carano stuff? The woman that was fired from Star
fight for the
Wars.
Mandalorian or something.
Yeah. Because she's conservative, essentially. That's all it is. They're like, oh no, this is despicable behaviour and all of that because she tweeted something very reasonable. I
don't even know what she tweeted. What was it?
No,
roughly?
the final straw was she posted an analogy that was saying when the Jews were rounded up in the streets during the Holocaust, they weren't rounded up by the Nazis, they were rounded up by their neighbours. Because so if we foster an environment where you're forced to turn on your neighbour, it doesn't require like a big law enforcement kind of evil Nazi force. You become the evil. So why are we all turning on each other for our political views? That's what it was. And they were saying like, oh, it's you like to bring up the Holocaust and disparage Jews in such a way, and it's like there was nothing disparaging Jews about it. It was saying that you're like stop fighting and bickering because of people's political beliefs. Like that's literally all it was. Wasn't
there a whole thing about Disney being really I think Walt Disney being really anti-Semitic?
Yeah, and I guess
you could see it in his films or something. So maybe like if you work for Disney, don't bring up the whole I'm anti-Semitic. Don't bring any anti-Semitism at all, even if it's not anti-Semitic.
Yeah, maybe there was some mask thing as well, like last year, and. I can't remember. There was something else, but again, nothing egregious. Disney came under fire for letting her go because it turns out that she's actually insanely popular, and most reasonable thinking people have been like, that's a fucking stupid reason to fire someone and lambast them in public and paint them as evil. Like we're not playing this game anymore. And also like they're consistently giving thanks in the credits of all their stuff to the Chinese government for all the great work that they've put in helping them.
Maybe if we include China in all the credits of our films, they'll be friends with us still.
For letting them film over there and giving them permission to do this and that and the other, because it's a massive market for Disney and they're trying to break into it. It's a massive market for anyone. It's like what is China, like 3-4 billion people? Like it's a lot.
I didn't check at all, but I remember there being a thing about there was different edits for films in China. So like Guardian, all the Marvel films had certain scenes removed.
Yeah.
Something like that, just so that they didn't piss off China.
Yeah, exactly.
And it wasn't like anything about China. It was like, this woman's made a pancake and pancakes are illegal in China, so let's just cut it out. Stuff like that. You're like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, this is so wait, Gina Carano's evil, but like thanking a government that is committing genocide openly on people is fine, and we're just going to pretend that that's not happening because it's worth a lot of money to you. Like,
to be fair, maybe it's like a story writing technique, like they have to like kill off certain members of a story to keep it intriguing sometimes. So somebody gets hit by a space laser, someone explodes in a Death Star, somebody tweets, someone else gets shot. Just like a Thanos snap as she's writing on her phone, like, oh no. Crumbles into dust.
Yeah.
Could just be that. A bit of genocide.
Yeah. In other news, a poll in Russia has named Vladimir Putin as Russia's sexiest man. Of course.
Just one lone Polish man at gunpoint. To be I must be... Russia's an interesting place because I think the scenery is quite interesting in a lot of Russia. Like all the Russian woods and stuff like that are always...
It's just so cold. Like...
I like the cold.
But it's a desert, but instead of sand, it's snow. Like it's the Siberian desert. It's just cold.
Yeah.
Putin was the only person on the poll to receive double-digit percentages, with 17% of women and 18% of men voting in his favour. 19% of 19% of Russian men voted themselves as Russia's sexiest man.
Well, it's me, obviously.
And 18% of women voted that there were no handsome men in Russia. Which is all their wives.
A Siberian desert. Yeah. That's fair.
The results were published days after lawmakers passed legislation allowing Putin to remain president until 2036, when Russia's biggest crush turns 83.
Then we're gonna have to reevaluate.
Yeah. He's just a gangster, isn't he? Like he is just the head of the Russian mafia.
Well, it's just Russia's so big. I think like they probably just don't know that many people, and they just know that Putin's probably awesome. He rides horses.
He's
topless.
everywhere. Like you haven't got a lot of exposure.
Oh, he hasn't gone down the Saddam Hussein route of making clones, though.
Well,
So
we
he's
don't
kind
know
of-
that, because if they're very good, then you don't know, do you?
No, but I get the feeling that there was satellite imagery of like 23 Saddams.
Or like one doing his washing, the other one making dinner.
All like packed into like what are those things they do with the pilot TV shows where they screen them to certain people and they focus groups.
Oh yeah,
They got like Saddam focus groups just with a room full of Saddams. Every time Saddam comes on screen, it's oh hey. That's so. I can't believe that's not something that everybody doesn't talk about every day. Is that there was so many Saddam Husseins. Like, I mean, if you were in America and you saw the president walk past your house every day, and you lived in some weird suburb,
well, it's like
a talking point, right?
it's Saddam Hussein to like Iraq was like Santa Claus to us. There's one in every supermarket.
Come sit on Saddam's lap. Tell him how much uranium you want for Christmas. He's fucking right. Dressed up, he's got like. If you sit here and hold your hands out, my Scud missile launcher will launch you a Christmas present. Coal, great, love coal.
They've got their own baseball team.
The Saddam 69ers.
Saddam, catch!
Up next to the plate, Saddam. And it's Saddam in outfield. I forgot how funny Saddam Hussein was.
Yeah.
I'm being hunted. I'm out of my house. Maybe if I hide in this hole, everything will be fine. Gets caught and hanged.
But
Yeah. But yeah, so Putin hasn't gone down the Saddam Hussein route.
No,
I
not
guess.
yet.
So
That's as far as we know.
But people still love him. I think people loved Saddam Hussein. You know, probably in their country.
Yeah, I think that. There's a
Always get a
portion of the
section.
country because, like, I mean, as long as you fall in line with his beliefs, you would feel pretty safe under him because you're the kind of guy he wants around, and you know that he doesn't give a fuck about international law. So if some other country starts fucking with you, he'll just go and shoot them in the head.
Yeah. He'll send out his clone army
Yeah. He'll have
to kill all the Jedi.
have them thrown from a building and like
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's that Philippine president who threw a guy out of a helicopter.
Oh, he's a
right?
fucking nut job. Yeah, the one
I
that
think
sent
to be a
everyone.
president, you have to be fucking mental
Yeah.
in so many places.
Well, he's
The American president's dog keeps attacking everybody. Can't deal with the pressure of being in the public limelight.
I hadn't heard of that.
No, yeah, like, Biden's dog has bitten people multiple times. I remember a
Excellent.
while ago it was a big thing, but like recently it attacked someone else. My dogs just keep attacking everybody. You should be our president. I think the dog's called Major as well. I don't promote him. It's just, you got like all these films that are looking at like Independence Day. What's going on in the White House right now? Right now, it's just a dog chewing on a dead serviceman. Secret Service. He's got an earpiece in.
Christ.
Sorry. So yeah, Putin has been nominated sexiest man.
That was the end of that article. Authorities in Michigan have arrested a suspected drug dealer after the fake name that he gave them came back with warrants attached.
Oh no, mate. License and registration. I'm Pablo Escobar. Guy says he's Pablo Escobar. Arrested. He just said because he's been watching Narcos recently. That was the first name that came to my head. Can't believe I said a genocidal drug smuggler. I guess you're under arrest. Fuck. Yeah.